What's going on, man? We back with some more Destiny Rising. I want to talk about something real quick. I got to bring to everybody's attention. When it comes to maximizing your weapon, you absolutely have to keep in mind about the exotic tier 2 perks. Okay, what is that talking about? All right, I'm talking about this right here. So here is my max ranked pulse rifle. This one actually took the spot over my original one, which I had to start taking apart because I need to rebuild it. This one right here is taking the cake though, and the reason why is because you might be leaving light level on the table if you're not rolling for exotic modifiers that line up with your mythic traits. And this is where the deep grind comes into play. This is a little bit more of like a fine tuning of sorts, so it's not necessarily a requirement, but if you want to get the absolute max out of your mythic weapons, you're going to need to do this. First things first, your mythic weapon has to have all mythic traits. Right, this particular one has Culture Clash, Solidarity, and Ensured Yields. It's a decent enough roll. It's not the absolute best, but what I did manage to do was get exotic mods that actually activate Culture Clash on the scope, Solidarity on the magazine, and Ensured Yields on the ammo. And so that, if you compare to, say for instance, like this gun right here, this gun has, as of right now, because I removed the mods, 7870, which is pretty weak because that's just because I stripped it of what it had. Compare that to this one right here, which is gear level 80 versus gear level 85. But this one does have Annihilation, which is being triggered by this assault mag right here. And I have it here just so I can show you guys. 7830 versus 7870, that's only a 40 light level difference. It's almost as if this one has the same amount of power as this one, even though this one's gear level 5 power over this one. Now, what does that actually equate to? So I've already did the testing, and this is what I figured out. It's 160 power for each mod that is not triggering your secondary perk that lines up with your trait. So that's very important because when you add them all together, if none of them are triggering, you're missing out on about 480 power on your weapon. Okay, now that may not sound like a lot, but when you get to the part where you're power creeping, trying to really fine tune your build, it makes a little bit of a difference, right? Now, this particular build with Estela is coming along just fine. My light level companions, as you see, are maxed out because those are all fully talented out. The relic, I'm preparing for the upcoming reset, or at least the Thursday reset, where we'll be getting some more of these bad boys right here. So I'll be able to max out her relic. And then the other thing that needs to be completed for her, the only thing I have left really, is to just fine tune her artifacts, but also her gilding level, which just requires, well, I need like 4 more of these. So once we get a reset on the Expanse, I'll be able to max that out. So I'm really just been setting her up to really max out everything regarding her. Y'all may have seen in my previous video that I do have the heir apparent that is, hold on, where's it at? Oh shit, I'm tripping. Sorry y'all. Let me go back to it. Heir apparent's completely maxed out. Okay, so good to go for solar. And then in the works, eventually I'll be getting back to working on this one, but we got to focus on our exotic HMGs. That's really where it's at right now. So I'm starting to chip away at Gallows, and that's getting close to where it needs to be right now. So Sweet Ears is definitely the one, because look at that, 11,390. Now, another thing I wanted to mention is that the exotic mods, when you create them, right, like say you go to, and I'm just going to show you, like, you know how, I'm not going to actually do it, but see how I have these mythics that is ready to create. So when I actually go and exchange to roll one, it gives you a random, right? It gives you a random perk. Well, exotics will have the secondary perk, but it gives you the random attributes as well. So not only, it's like a grind within a grind, because you're grinding for the perfect secondary perk, but you're also grinding for the perfect attributes too. And for, say for instance, a magazine capacity of 30% increase for this assault mag, that's the one that I wanted to go for. Even if I were to get the solidarity upgrade on this particular modifier, if I wasn't getting the magazine cap, I might not have actually kept it. Or one of the worst ones that I usually see is like, say for instance on the scope, instead of it getting the mid-range damage or range, it'll have like a particular alien race damage bonus, but that doesn't benefit me in all cases, and so I don't like that. That would be very specific to have modifiers built just for those types of things. So generally speaking, you want to try to have ones with good attributes and perks. um, Another example of that, if I'm going to build Yolder, right?
I think I need a new.
So if I'm going to build Yolder's secondary, or basically her best submachine gun, honestly, is Kulfi, right? Hits hard, has good range, rate of fire is pretty good. But the problem with this one is the magazine is horrendous. Look at the one on this one right here, okay? 28. What's the perk I have on here? The alloy mag is reduced draw time and reduced reload, right? Now these are mythic. These are mythics, so it's not the same thing. But look at this one. This one has a magazine cap of 20%. Now imagine, exotic mod can go up to 30%. So that's a little bit more, right? And every round counts when the magazine is that small. So magazine cap of 28, getting a 20% boost, going up to 34. So imagine a 30% boost would bring that up to, what is that, like at least, 36 to 38 magazine rounds per mag for the Kulfi. So that's a very crucial one. And then really what you want to do is you want to create a pool of mythic weapons that have full mythic traits, and then you want to start grinding for a pool of modifiers that you can apply to whichever one becomes the chosen one, right? Whichever one has all the traits that you want. Of course, you want to try to get a really good roll, but you can't guarantee that you're going to get what you want. Syncopation, surrounded. This one has glutton, annihilation. This one has glutton and fraternity. And of course, they all have culture clash. So when you go grinding for exotic mod, the one that's the easiest to get is the one that's the same across the board for all of your weapons of the same name. So the origin trait, culture clash, you're just going to need one that has culture clash and the right attributes. And then as you starting to get more and more exotic mods, you're going to want to try to figure out which one is going to fulfill all three of these, right? So not only do you want the right mythic weapon with the right roll of mythic traits, you also want to build a pool of mythic exotic modifiers that fulfill those secondary perks, okay? So that you can get the most out of it, and that these mythic weapons can be as powerful as some unfinished exotics.
How did you get yourself?
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot because it's a grind within a grind within a grind, right? And it's RNG, so that makes it take a lot of time to really get it. But when you get everything right, it comes together really well, and this gun is a perfect example of that, right? So yeah, over 11,000 just for that. And then we can see what a maxed out exotic is looking like with 12,730 with the seasonal gear level boost. So that has Estela set up for success. Also has Kabr set up for success, so that's why I mained him first in preparation for Estela. As somebody that participated in the alpha and the beta, some of these things were not things that were in the beta and alpha, so it's even more in depth when it comes to fine tuning and the end game as far as like building your character, right? So definitely want to bring this to you guys' attention. Hope you guys liked the video. Just wanted to remind y'all, or at least let y'all know in case y'all didn't know it already about that, okay? So again, you don't want to waste your exotic mods on weapons that aren't lining up with it, or if you have that mod, make sure you don't equip it to a weapon yet. I know it's tempting because you're trying to rank up, right? You're trying to get your light level up, but say you get an exotic mod and it doesn't go with the perk or the trait that's on your gun. Well, what does that mean? Does that mean you throw it away? Well, maybe you could hold on to it, because maybe if it is a exotic mod with a secondary perk that can go on a weapon of this type, look to see what's in the pool of possible traits for that gun and hold on to it if it's one that you might prefer, Okay, maybe you just need another roll, but don't go putting the exotic mod on a weapon that it's not going to completely benefit, because then you're going to go through the trouble of ranking it up and you're not going to be able to get it to its full potential. So that's been a quick video. This is the Terebinth. Hope you guys are enjoying the grind on here on Destiny Rising. I'll catch y'all in the next video. Leave your comments, ask your questions, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.